brother right here, man. A lot of stuff going on and
Yeah.
with the politics right now. Uh, I just want to ask, Trumpers, man. I remember y'all said no more wars. I remember y'all said no foreign entanglements. I remember you wanted the Epstein list out. I remember you had the stickers for the gas prices with Biden's face on it. Where
Mm-hmm.
is the same
Mm-hmm.
energy? Because this shit is going left. So it's
Yeah.
going left real quick. And I just
Yeah.
wanted to
This
bring
shit.
it wrong
Yeah.
because he has some shit to say about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Let's start with the idea that Mossad
Yeah.
is funding or making Trump go to war for Israel
Yeah.
against Iran
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
in the palace. What do you think of that?
Yeah. And it's so, listen, man, I could yap about this all day. I be telling people are starting to think I'm a crackpot. Like I'm just like they're like no, like bro, like I'm like no, like I'm telling you, like this is really what's going down.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of crazy, something that happened. One, it's gonna be changing. Like they've kind of already ran the Mossad, Israel kind of ran a lot of their like political agenda and got things that they wanted. They got to genocide Gaza, right? They got to take control of that land. They got to, start to expand, right?
Mm.
And they start to get investors as well. And so then that was their operation a year ago, and it worked. Now they've been fucking up so much, and now Iran. People are like, bro, Iran might like save the world, bro, because if Israel gets the Strait of Hormuz, which is their goal, right? If they can actually build Greater Israel, control the whole Middle East, which is what they want, right?
Mm.
The imagine the terrible things that have happened in this country because of Israel. Imagine that across the whole world, right? Imagine if they had control of the Strait of Hormuz, what would they be doing? Like, what operations would they be running? You know, and so it's pretty crazy. It's insane. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, like, I was never I've never seen a country have this much of a chokehold in America ever. Like, this is insane. It's pretty crazy. We had a primaries here in Chicago, and it was like, Chicago's a big deal, like in terms of the US like politics and stuff. And so they heavily invested into a disinformation campaign against progressive candidates, and tried to get more corporate like Democrats elected,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And it's pretty crazy. Like when certain people lost, like APAC and the whatever, they were like, see, we control this shit. Like they were like tweeting, like, you see, like if you don't support APAC, you're not going to get elected, right? Like, and it's like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, who are these people, bro? Like another countries, like, yeah, that's right. You better support us, or else you're not going to achieve power. Like, who the fuck do these people think they are? Like, it's so crazy to even imagine. And that's just a primary election, right? In terms of other elections that they get involved with in candidates that they produce, like, okay, out of like 400 and something congressional candidates, 80 Democrats don't take APAC money, 20 Republicans don't take APAC money out of like 460, bro. It's
That makes
so insane.
there'd be
And
less.
it makes sense. Yeah. You're like, how does this happen? Like, you're like, how does this keep happening? How does this keep happening? And it's like, well, there's your answer right there. They're not registered as a foreign lobby. They can just throw as much money as they want. And, you know, there's a lot of talk of people about how they like frame the Holocaust, how they frame anti-Semitism. Like, obviously it's a tragedy, but like, if you say that Israel is controlling us and that they need to like be their own state and not fuck with us, or they need to stop bombing other people, you literally will be called anti-Semitic,
Yeah, I've seen
and they'll ban you. They'll ban you from TikTok, or they'll like. There's people who are like have millions of followers, right? And they're like, bro, I made an Israel post and it got 0 views for like 3 hours, and they're like, that's just not possible.
Yeah.
Like, There's like, this has never happened with any of my videos before. And they're like, look, and they're like, you can just see like what views videos have. And they're like, why does this have 0? Like, that's not possible. I have this amount of subscribers. How is it 0? And they've been pretty open about it. That's what's crazy to me. They're pretty open about it.
Yeah, no, I was just fucking I was just watching CNN, bro, and like they were just randomly talking about like, Israel's, bombing of whatever. And the dude was like, no, we're not gonna have any anti-Semitic views on this program. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you can't even say something bad about that?
Yeah.
And, Netflix just came out with a show, Night Agent, the 3rd season. And they kind of talk about it's kind of like they talk about how basically AIPAC is like controlling all these politicians. And there's some information broker who controls like the entire US politics because he bribes everybody and he has blackmail, he has everything. It's like, that's just for real. Like, that is real life.
Yeah.
That is really DC.
It's really real. And what's really scary about it is that we're like, what do we do? Here's the thing. All that needs to happen is money needs to stop being entered in politics, right? And so this is kind of how Israel and Assad and these people these ultra rich started to control our elections in these past 20 years, right? Yeah. It's because one, they got rid of super PACs, in terms of now people can heavily invest an insane amount of money into politicians, right? Yeah, and so first of all, historically, most elections, it's about who had the most money. So it's it's statistically, it's gonna start to, it's kind of already there, but it's if someone wanted to run as a progressive candidate, it would probably be almost statistically impossible, right? Because how many people are going to see the millions of dollars of ads and all this stuff? It has to be such community based, right? And so Zoran Mondani is great, right? Yeah. Because of that progressive thing. That's a big deal. But it's 80, the most people ever were contributing. The most people ever were volunteering. The most people ever. So it's that. How is that going to work with a small district or a whatever district? And AIPAC is really good. They're oh, this small district, that will give you $300,000, against your candidate because you support us. And it's that's it. That's just it. And not only that, they have Israel agents in all of this. Is what's been happening the past year. One of the reasons why, I've been trying to be do the podcast and talk to people about it, is that media is being bought out. It's been being bought out, right? And now it's bad, bro. Now almost every single news station you can think of is owned by a Trump loyalist or someone from Israel or someone with ties to Israel or ties to AIPAC. And it's just, they don't even care. They don't even care about telling us the truth anymore. They genuinely don't. They're we'll say whatever we want and that's it. They don't care. With the whole ICE situation and the whole Alex Preddy thing is so crazy because you have 8 people that jump the guy and beat the shit out of him and kill him. And they're that didn't happen. And it's on video in 10 different angles. And we're no, we can see that when you executed him, his hands were up and it was in the back of the head. Obviously he wasn't fighting back. And they're what? They're just no, he was a domestic terrorist. It's no, that's not true, right? They ran that he was a domestic terrorist and the dude is a nurse for veteran affairs. He works on disabled veterans. He spends his whole life taking care of American military veterans. And they're saying that he's a domestic terrorist. It's so crazy. You hear what I'm saying? It's such a level of insanity.
That's such a spectrum from
that's why I always talk about it instead of other people, because I'm it's not even real, bro. That's not even an attempt to tell a half truth. It's just a lie. They're just the public doesn't care anymore. We're just gonna lie to them. What are they going to do about it? What are they going to do about it? That's the thing. And then, JD Vance is like yeah, they have complete immunity. What are you going to do about it?
Yep.
And Christy, no, now she's fucking gone. What are you going to, like, you know what I'm saying? That's their mentality right now. They don't care. They just don't care, and so.
Do you have
it's pretty well
hope for the new fucking ICE leader, DHS, who's trying to get people to, I don't know, he's saying, oh, maybe I'm open to, they should wear masks. Maybe they should have identification. After fucking 4 years of this shit, 5 years, because Trump was doing this shit in the first term.
Yeah, he was, bro. And people forget.
There's supposed to be somebody that's supposed to be better, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I know this dude is gonna do the same shit.
He's the same thing.
No, it's gonna be the same fucking thing, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, see, the thing is, it's still good to see these people get fired, but the thing is that it doesn't matter. Like people were talking about, like I was talking to someone about how, like, they're like, well, we impeached Trump, like that doesn't matter. If we get rid of Trump, it's still like a cabal of people that we need to get rid of. And not only that, we're not talking about like, oh, you're not in office anymore. These people need to go to jail, because this shit with Iran, like every single thing that has been happening last year and this year is treason. It's not like some like mistake. I mean, these people are making like bad deals with other countries to hurt our country and to like literally like gain them wealth. Like it's not even like, like these trades, right, that Trump is doing, where he's like, oh, like, so with he made a tweet, right? And he said that, no, we actually are coming to a peace deal, right?
Yeah.
The illegal trading was like, I want to say like $80 billion. Yeah. Like people made $80 billion within 10 minutes, bro. And like they want to act like it's like, bro, it's so obvious. It's so blatant. And as I get, this is treason. This is talking about like starting wars, killing people, lying about it for profit. And it's like using the government to do it. It's just treason. It's not even like obviously they probably will get charged with a bunch of stuff if that happens. But it's like, these people are not even acting in interest of the country. I don't even know if they're acting. They're like just like a death cult, bro. They're just trying to like get everyone killed. Like it doesn't even make sense. They just know that it's going to generate wealth somehow, and they're going to align with those people. I don't know. It's crazy. It's so insane.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense because, the economy was not doing well at all.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
And the main reason I think Trump wanted to start this war with Iran is so he could get these people defense contractors to start doing jobs. Yeah. People were people were in his ear, these Israel people.
Yeah.
We need your help. Yes. It was a money grab for him to start this war, not anything to think about the repercussions of the Middle East, the people that we got to deal with gas prices right now. It had nothing to do with the interests of the country, like you said. And the treason is such a big crime, like such a big charge. But they are committing treason. They are literally doing it. It's like
it. Bro, it's not even like they're genuinely trying to ruin America. Saying like with the whole Greenland thing, and like think about it like this. Like, okay, so we have all these allies. They were talking about bombing like Europe and NATO, like who are our sovereign allies. Like why would, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't even make sense. And not only that, Greenland's like, hey, you can build an infinite amount of bases here. We don't care. Like, if you say you want to protect this part of the world, you can do that. And they're like, no, we just want to take over the country, then do it. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. And so the reason why they did that threat, one, it made a bunch of people a bunch of money again, right? Like, there was these crazy trades, that people made money. But also, it decentralizes the power of the U.S. and gives powers to other countries like Russia, right? Like with this Iran war, like now Russia has an upper hand because now people are releasing their sanctions on Russian oil because now the Strait of Hormuz is closed, right? And so it's not. And as I said, these people aren't dumb, and there's these people are in these offices talking about this war. They're telling them this, and he still does it anyways. And it's like, again with the Greenland thing too. Not only that, that also benefits Russia a shit ton. Like saying like the strongest ally of Europe who's opposed to Russia, and then he's like, you know what, I might just start attacking all you guys. It's like the fuck, like you know what I'm saying? That's clear, like you know, like these things, and then they had that the Saudi prince or the guy who was part of Al Qaeda who came to the White House. I think he's part of like the leader of the UAE now, right? Or I forgot which country. I forgot which country. All I know is he has a photo of holding two military soldiers' heads like this, like holding their heads like this, like that. And they brought this man into the White House. Like, it's so crazy to me. That's such a level of insanity that we live in right now. Could you imagine? I don't know. That shit blows my mind, bro. That's so crazy, you know? And so, as I said, like, it's clearly like these things, it's just to make us weak. As I said, they want us to starve. They want us to not, like, be safe, like, in this country. You know, in Iran, you know, they keep making these things about Iran. Iran's like, we don't want to like hurt any American citizen. We're upset against this like military power. We're upset against like Israel and not respecting our sovereignty. Like, and they're acting like that, right? Like they're not doing these like carpet bombings of all their oil unless they do that to us, right? Like they didn't even bomb us at first when we killed their president. Like they waited and then they struck back. You know, they let America and Israel bomb all these places, and then they were like, all right, bet. You know, and it's like, how are we going to sit here and say, like, our country is, like, not lying to us? How are we going to sit here and say, as I said, this is clearly all a play for Israel? Like, this doesn't benefit anyone except Israel, bro. Except Israel and Russia, bro. The only countries that I can think of that benefit from this situation right now are literally those two countries.
Well, that's what's interesting, because I remember hearing that, and then when you said like the Greater Israel, I forgot that really is their plan, and they already did.
Yeah,
they already did accomplish what you said. They already did.
Yeah.
You know, get the Gaza and cleanse.
They already took out Gaza. They wiped Gaza. And you know what was so crazy with what they were doing with Gaza? They were selling the land like I saw in like last year. They were doing like land sales where people were already living, bro. They were like, they knew they were gonna wipe that whole place, man. Like I saw like a video where someone like snuck in, and they were like, and there was like a bunch of like rich people in New York buying like land like there in Gaza, like to build stuff. And they're like, yeah, like this is gonna be like, you know, for the taking. This is gonna be for the taking. And they're doing that now. Like there's some people who like influencers who like live there, and like they're like, it's so insane. There's people who are Israeli who are like moving into like where these people are, like kind of remotely, and then slowly creeping in, bringing their guns too, and like fucking with them, you know, so that way if they fuck up, they can react and just fucking like start taking all their stuff. And then not only that, they will have IDF soldiers with them. They'll have IDF soldiers come with them, stand there, and just start like fucking like kicking their animals and shit. Like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's so insane, you know. I mean, it's happened here. Like, I mean, we're black. It's happened here. We know what these people do. Like, we can see it, right? It's so obvious, you know.
Yeah, that's happened a lot through history. Is false, fake, whatever. And I have an excuse to jump into war and take your property.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
No. So I listen with the Israel thing, man. I'm so pissed. I don't want any of their involvement in any. Like, I think, bro, like they are such an enemy to us, right? To our country. Like Israel is, like, with what they've done in the past 2 years, bro. 2 years, right? It's cooked, bro. They are no longer our allies. Like, I mean, like my wet dream is is that like genuinely, like America goes, you know what? We side with Iran now, and we Iran and all these other countries get together and just take out Israel and prevent them from doing whatever they're doing. We get rid of all these people that control our media. We get all of these people who are corrupt and have committed treason, and they're gone, bro. Our CIA stops working with them. Our FBI stops working with them. Like that just needs to happen. That just needs to happen, because if it doesn't happen, these are the consequences, right? These are the consequences right now, and this is level 1. This is like, like they do not care. They've been using us. They're going to keep using us until they get every last drop, and it's working, right? This just benefits them. We've given them so many billions of dollars for defense. So okay, let me talk about this. So apparently,
they're like the third strongest country militarily in the world, Israel, because of how much we pay them.
Right.
They're fucking.
But I mean, well, listen. They're getting cooked by Iran, right? They're not going to win this war against Iran, right? And they one, like right now, like in terms of defense, like drones and cheap drones are just way better than having like I saw a video of like one of our ships like firing like rockets, and like in terms of firing like 10 rockets, like $1 billion gone just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so they have drones like that are like $5,000. Like it's completely different. It's just not sustainable, right? It's just not sustainable. So I don't know. Like now war's changed. That's it. War's different, because that happened in with the Ukraine-Russia war. Like Russia has a lot of money. Ukraine just started doing drones, and if you see the drone footage, it's fucked, man. It's bad, bro. I saw some drone footage where the drone flew. I guess these Russians were on horses. I don't know why, but they were using horses, and the drone like flew around the horse and waited for the guy to get off the horse and then killed him. Damn. They were like, we don't want to hurt the horse, just you. So they waited for him to like get off the horse and like start running away, and they're like waited, and they're like, all right, douche, just like that. Like it was crazy, and that's warfare now.
Yeah, and it's like a different form of guerrilla warfare in terms of
able
to defend, and way more efficient than a bigger country that has all these resources. Right. They know the land, and they know what's it like. Ukraine has really took out millions of Russian soldiers during this war. Like they have defended their country like valiantly, like very well. So it's really interesting, like when you like to think about how different warfare is, because people don't want to put boots on the ground. Everything is really Air Force related, drones and bombs. And it's not the same at all. So the drones is the cheap drones is really like a crazy tool that they have.
Yeah. And listen. One of the things that's crazy about like with Israel. So the director of counterterrorism resigning, right? Like that's a really big fucking deal. And there's two things that happen that are so crazy. One, he was like Israel's controlling our elections. But he also made the statement that's super important, is that that it was Israel's fault to get in this war with Iran. Like they bombed, and I don't know how true this story is, but they apparently the theory is that they bombed Iran while they were negotiating with America about deals, and they are hunting for the negotiators between America and Iran to prevent any peace being made. How is that our ally? One. But like this is coming from the director of counterterrorism. This is coming from like a guy, the highest up, who was appointed by Trump, by the way. And he's like, dude, they're killing our negotiators when we're trying to talk about peace, bro. And they just like you heard him saying, it's not even, and people are saying Trump says that he's talking to negotiate. One, I do think that's a lie. Either two things. Either that's just a flat out lie. He's not talking to anyone. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. Or he has to keep super secret who he's talking to, because Israel will kill them, because they know they'll have peace. They just don't want world peace, bro. That's their plan. Like they don't want world peace. They don't want world peace in the Middle East, and there was a video about how so I believe Benjamin Netanyahu was funding Hamas like $35 million through UAE. Like they were like they like set us up as like a camera, and he was like, yeah, like, well, I'll give them this amount of money, and then you route it to them, so that way it's like not traced back to me. And they were like, they recorded it because they're like, we don't want to get in trouble for this, but they released that footage. That footage is banned in Israel. Like, it's banned. You can't watch it, like, if you're in Israel, but we can watch it. And he's just like, you know, it's so blatant. It's so blatant. Like, I don't. It's crazy to me that like countries, and we've seen it here, right? Like we saw it with the Charlie Kirk thing. You know, as I said, that's starting to blow up. You know, they can't now. They can't match the bullet with the gun. Now they're saying there's too many fingerprints, you know, on the gun to say it's his, and it's cooked. It's cooked because we know the government lied to us about it, right? And we know that like within like a day or two, Israel's like, we didn't do it. It's like, all right, so yeah, and not only that, Charlie Kirk posted, he said there should be no war in Iran, and again, like literally a week or two before, he was talking about how he thinks that Israel is going to ethically cleanse Gaza, and then he dies 2 weeks later. And so
it's a lot of smoke there. I mean, I can definitely see that's what happened.
Bro, that's what happened, bro.
Yeah,
I don't you like the guy, but listen, remember we talked about this in the last podcast, right? I was like, I don't know, it seems fishy. Eric Kirk seems fishy. She's only gotten more fishy. She's only gotten more power, right? Now they put her in as a leader for like youth education in the Air Force.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they plan to run her for 2028, bro. That's what's crazy. I'm pretty sure they're going to try and run her for 2028 as somehow linked up to JD Vance in some way, right? And they've been doing tours with each other, and she said, this is going to be the next president. Vote for this guy. You know? That's crazy.
They are. That's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's calling me a crackpot. I'm like, bro, but like, you don't understand. Like, if we're like, they're lying to us. Like, we know they're lying to us. Why even believe their story? Right? Yeah. Like, there's not a reason to, like, dude, these press conferences and whatever. I mean, I stopped watching them, like, at some point last year because they were just lying. Like, they were just lying, dude. It's so crazy. And so, like, when they present the story about Alex Preddy, when they present the story about, like, fake narratives that's happening with Iran, the goal isn't to tell us the truth or even convince us. It's so that we have a story to challenge and not actually even come to reality, right? So, like, when Alex Preddy dies, we're like, oh, we just saw a gang of crazed people from the state execute someone, right? Yeah. And instead they say, no, he was a domestic terrorist. There was like this, like, you know, bad interaction. Maybe this guy was poorly trained. Maybe this guy, like, his finger slipped or something. That's not what happened. That's not. And then, like, when you're arguing, like, even with like Renee Good, we're saying like, oh, like, maybe he was in front of the car in that blah, blah, blah. Why the fuck is this guy at his house? Why the fuck is this guy pulling this gun and shooting her 3 times? Why is this guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also, it reduces anger. The lie reduces anger. It may seem like they're lying to us, whatever, but nothing happens if you're just trying to argue the truth between people, right? The public's trying to argue the truth about what happened between people. They're not talking about the justice that needs to be served for what actually happened, you know?
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy.
You know, and they don't care, bro. They don't care.
Well, the thing is, bro, the thing about ICE, that's like the 2 killings is they documented Alex Preddy before they executed him.
Yeah.
Like, they literally had ulterior motives, and they have all this software. They have facial recognition. They can literally track and set up. Oh, we're gonna be outside where he's at, and we're gonna get him
exactly.
Back.
Exactly.
And they literally did that. And you know,
they did that. And they did that. Listen. Yeah. Listen. So this is crazy. So when this happened with Renee Good, She was, so these people are legal observers, right? So,
Yeah.
including Alex Freddie, also a legal observer.
Mm-hmm.
They have been documenting who's a legal observer and
Yeah.
who's not, right?
Yeah.
And not only have they been doing that, they were specifically doing that aggressively in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And there was this couple who were legal observers in one of the Twin Cities, and they went on an interview and were like, what happened was I stopped us, right? Like they stopped them. Like not like as in they were following them, whatever. No, they stopped them, pulled them over, and said their names. They were
Yeah.
like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They said their names. And they said, if you keep following us, something might happen to you. And they're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck does that mean? You
Yeah.
know? And then Renee Good, like that happened the next day. That happened like this when this happened, and then they got detained and they were like saying crazy shit to them and threatening them. And then the next day that happened to Renee Good. And it's supposedly Renee Good had a previous interaction with them like that too. You know? And so it's a hit, bro. It's a hit.
Police, bro. But it's not secret at all.
It's not secret.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, people aren't like, I don't know if they've ever, I guess for me, like it's so easy to see because I've watched a documentary about it, right? Yeah. And when they were grabbing Jews from their houses or from the street, it wasn't like some like evil people. If anything, it looks crazier than it is now than it did. Because back then it looked like some police people, like they would have maybe slightly different than their police, and they would just like grab them and bring them into a car. No one knew what happened to them.
Yeah.
And so now you have people with mask and Nazi tattoos on the back of their fucking neck grabbing people with while holding M4s. What do we think is happening to them when they disappear? Like it doesn't make sense, man. And but yeah, I mean, it's a secret police operation. And after this Alex Freddie situation happened, Pam Bondi sent a demand letter to the governor of Minnesota and was like, if you want this to stop happening to your citizens, you have to provide us these 5 things, and then ICE will leave your state.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. First of all, that's a declaration of war. Like if a country did that to another country, they brought their like military people in and just started killing civilians, and we're like, hey, unless you give us these 5 things, we're going to keep killing civilians. You would be like, oh, I guess we're in an act of war now. Yeah, right? Yeah, but this is the federal government sending a state after executing a citizen a demand letter. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like, what type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what type of like functional society do we have? What type of freedom do we have? That's not even a realm of reality or okayness. That bitch is gone. But like, the level of insanity for that to happen, and for Republicans to be comfortable with it, for again, Trump, Pam Bondi, Stephen Miller, these evil ass fucking people, bro, to be, because what that is a threat, right? Right? That's a threat to the governor of that state, that they're just gonna just start killing people, bro. Yeah. And it's like the fact that she would write that letter and send that off after someone just died that way shows that they don't care. It shows that like they genuinely, that's what I'm saying. It shows that they're kind of like a death cult, bro. They just want to kill people. It doesn't even, and they're doing it because they think killing people gives them leverage, right? Like if they see poll numbers go up, or they see, the Dow go up, then they're like, it's good, But it's like, it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter why, but also it's really a smokescreen to promote radicalism, right? Mm. If a secret Nazi police can just start like gang killing people in the street, like what it like, you know what I'm saying? That promotes a level of fascism and like radicalism in people, in both sides. And shit, I'm on the other side, bet. Right? Like if it's a call to arms, it's a call to arms, because if that's the point that you want to get to, then the people have to react the other way.
Yeah, well,
there's no other
Republicans in general, because they're always, the main issue with them is the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
And their arms, and you're fucking, oh well, we need it for government tyranny. That's the argument, right? I need automatic rifles for government tyranny, right?
Right.
Not, first of all, the government could drone bomb you any fucking time they want. They
Yeah.
can literally
Yeah.
do that. But if you're gonna say that, and you see all this shit going on with ICE, how are you not on the side of ICE? And even the NRA had to come out and say, no, Alex Preddy has the right to fucking
has a right to bear arms.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just there was some Republicans that were like, no, that's just not okay. But most of the MAGA base is capitulating to whatever Trump tells them is okay. Whatever the administration puts out, they eat it up. And I don't understand I don't understand the idea that these people don't have no real principles. At all.
Well, they never have. They never have.
They never have. Yeah, that's true. That's
they never have. They never have, man. And it's not just because of I have someone tell me, he's like, bro, like now people are like, because gas prices are high. Yeah. Now they're starting to say something. But I'm like, bro, like it should have been Doge in January, right? Yeah. And that shit fucking crazy. Bro, in January that shit was insane. Right? I can't believe a Republican would say, hey, can we let like the richest man in the world steal everyone's American information and like fucking do whatever he wants with it? And they're like, no, but he's going to cut cost and whatever. He didn't cut cost. He actually ended up raising costs with a lot of things he did. Secondly, they were trying to sell your information to private investors. Man. That's fucking crazy. And this is what I'm saying. This shit's not just illegal. That's just treason. That's just treason, bro. You can't steal every single American's information and try and sell it on like the black market, bro. Like, what are we talking about? You know, like in what were like conservatives doing? Whatever. Like they didn't care. You know, they didn't care. Like, yeah,
actively doing that shit. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, dude, the Doge thing is crazy because I was kind of like, just go through the data and like clean it out. I never in my million years would I think that they would put all of our information on a flash drive and start trying to fucking sell it.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, that's so illegal. Like that's like death by hanging. Like that's not even like. You know what I'm saying? That's not like a life sentence, bro. Like that's like gulag. Like you get sent to like fucking Alcatraz. Like you know what I'm saying, or whatever the new one is.
Treason. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That is the consequences of treason, bro. It's capital punishment, bro.
It's capital punishment. And Pete Hegseth, bro, like these people, that's what I'm saying, bro. And that's what I want to see. Because the truth is we're in this situation. Democrats and people like normal people are in this situation because we were nice, right? When this happened in his first term and he tried to coup the government, that's fucking treason. That dude, like these people all should go to jail. The Republican Party for trying to lie about the election and steal the election after a Democratic vote, like all to jail, bro. But we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We just said like, all right, like these specific people who did these things, they go to jail because they were like trying to find votes, right? Like people did go to jail in Georgia for trying to steal 20,000 like Democratic votes. Like she got like 7 years, and the judge was like, "You saw that? Yeah." Like the judge was like, "Bro, like it is so disgusting that you would do that." Like he's like you would like because it's like against America. It's against everyone. It's against like the whole belief in our like reality as people together, like in a country. Like you know what I'm saying? Like to try and steal an election, a Democratic election, because you don't like the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, like we were too nice then, right? We were too nice, and that's why we're in this situation now. And I'll tell you this. If that doesn't happen, what happens when the next crazed radical like white supremacist comes in office? Because we're you know, I was like, bro, fascism here, we're on the last step. Bro, now we're here. Like we're in the last step. Like this is it. You know? And like if somehow it keeps going and the next radical person, that's it, bro. We're just all dead, bro. We're just all dead if that happens. That's just the truth. We're just all dead. Like we can't handle it again. You know? Because it's only gotten extremely worse, right? We've only gotten extremely worse, and not enough people had a spine. So it's like, that's it. You know, it can't, like, bro, I'm serious, bro. Like treason, like literally half of these people, like Pam Bondi, treason, Kristi Noem, treason, Pete Hegseth, treason, Elon Musk, treason, Donald Trump, treason, JD Vance, treason, Stephen Miller, treason. Like they all have real cases. They all have real cases. Not even like I'm not just saying that. I mean like the crimes they committed is treason. Like it's not even like, you know.
Well, that's the crazy thing is that these people like Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, they just got fired right recently.
Yeah,
they defended Trump. They did all these actions for him. He still fired her.
Still fired.
And he fired
well, you had to
because he fired Kristi Noem because she couldn't find the votes for the 2020.
Yeah.
He was in Georgia trying to find the votes still 5 years, 6 years later, and he still fired her over that after everything she did, calling people domestic terrorists, blah blah blah. You know, committing treason herself, putting herself at jeopardy. Those people are going to be put at jeopardy. Trump is not going to be the one put at jeopardy. Those people are going to get charged with shit.
Yeah.
And Pam Bondi just got fired because she got subpoenaed to testify about the Epstein files. So he said, you're getting fired because he does not want it to come out. Like it's plain as day. His motives are right there.
His motives are right there. And my thing is this, man. What does anyone think this guy's trying to do what's best for the country? Like, does anyone think that? Because it's like we're talking, and also like, what does anyone even know? Like, this is why, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Republicans never had anything. One, because Republicans don't know what's best for the country, like in any shape or form. Like they just like, I don't know. They just say shit, bro. Yeah. Like if you start talking about like policy, like, hey, we should have better public transportation. We should have better education for these reasons, A, B, and C. They're just like, nah, like we need to have a stronger military. It's like, hey, we actually don't need a stronger military. Like as time has gone on, the world has been more and more peaceful. And not only that, like free trade makes us the most powerful country in the world. They're like, nah. Like just nah, it's just nah, bro. At this point, right? And especially right now, bro. Like, what possibly are they gonna? And they're still on it because I watch all these. Like, I watch these, some of the podcasters and like they do their arguments, and they just sound crazy now, right? Like people were talking about like, well, this is what Trump did previously, and this is what happened these years, and this is what Nixon did, and blah blah blah. This is why it's wrong. And then now we're like, hey, like the guy's a pedophile. The guy is like fucking clearly compromised by Israel. The guy is like this and that. And they're like, whatever, bro, like Trump 2028. It's so crazy. It's so insane. And Vance, and listen, the point is that they're either going to try and run Vance or Tucker Carlson in 2028. And those people are compromised. Those people are also the reason why we're in this situation.
Yep. Well, Tucker Carlson, I mean, he's on Fox News, and Fox News is fucking bought out by
they put him in power. They put Trump in power. This is what pisses me off about Tucker Carlson, in that like people don't know why. Like bro, are people drones? Like I don't understand what part of the country that generally doesn't know like ball, because like bro, this man in the 2000s was on Fox News every day saying racist, like homophobic, like crazy shit. Like he was what put Trump into power. Like and then Trump would say stuff. He's like, bro, Trump's amazing. Trump's so great. Trump's so good. And he did that for like fucking a decade and a half. Right? Yeah. He's only had a change of heart now. And that's because the ship is sinking, bro. Like these people, like anyone that has changed their mind, it's been way too late. They should have changed their mind. Listen, Mitt Romney changed his mind. Right? Mm-hmm. There were Republicans in that 2016 era that changed their minds, and they left. Marjorie Taylor, I can't even say. NGT, she changed her mind.
What she called blonde, busted body build?
Yeah.
But yeah, she changed her mind. Yeah.
She changed her mind. Right? And so it's pretty crazy, man. And here's my thing. Like, bro, like these people are in such a cult that even like, so these people are Christian nationalists, right? A lot of them. Yeah, the Pope himself, bro. They're taking like crazed radicals and like propped up people from like APAC and like racists and all these people. They're taking their word over the speaker of God. Like they're literally taking, like the Pope is saying, hey, like we shouldn't be like mass incarcerating people and we shouldn't be starting world wars. That's pretty counter to what we should believe as Christians, right? This is the fucking Pope. And they just don't care.
Yeah.
That's so insane to me. That's like such a level, bro. It's like, it's literally, you know, people joke like if Jesus himself came down, like MAGA would say, like, where are his papers? And I've seen people interview, and they literally are like that. They're like, well, I guess we would have to ask him where his papers are. Yeah. It's like, all right, bro. So you're not Christian, bro. But not only that, it's literally like the meme. If God himself told them not to be this way, like they would still do it. And you literally have this, like the fucking Pope telling you that you're wrong and they're not listening. Right? Like it's not even like, who are they listening to? No. You know, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to think about is like, it's like the idea is that you're going to vote for anything, no matter what, as long as you feel like they're trying to preserve your fucking religion, Christianity. Even if everything they do or the person that it is themselves is the complete opposite of the morals that you are trying to protect. Yeah. And these rural countries, I don't understand the idea that people are gonna attack their fucking conservative values if you live in fucking Montana. Why are you fucking concerned that there's gonna be people fucking transgenders running around Montana? Do you really fucking think they're going there? Like, do you think that's gonna fucking happen? You know? And these people they just don't get it. You know, and the fear that they have of losing something that has always been part of the South, the rural community, the Bible Belt. It's always been there. I think it's just overshadows everybody that comes into power, and they don't do enough research on how people get to power, like you said, like how shit is funded. How those people that you think, you know, are talking to the little people are getting bought out by the bigger people. The fucking Israel, you know, cabal, the fucking...
Dude, APAC, Turning Point, fucking the Foundation Project, bro. Like, and listen to this, bro. Fucking Elon Musk bought Twitter, bro. He's like, oh, this is a platform that like most people in the world and the country are on. Bet, let me buy it. Right. Yeah. Then this dude, when Trump is elected, like right behind Trump, like you know what I'm saying? Like this shit's clearly intentional. Like the propaganda in that shit is insane. Not only that, like they purposely, he was like, he basically was like, I want to make Twitter more right. But it's like, that's still like, I mean, come on, like this guy is clearly buying you. Like you're in the right headspace to think that people are lying to you, but yet you're choosing to be the people who are lying to you more. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
There's people who they've been doing like I forget what the name of like this event that they do, but they have an event where it's like kind of in a rural area, not like a rural, but like in a deep red area, and these people will go on and ask questions, and they just say shit. And what's crazy to me is that some of these people are like immigrants or like first generation, and they're just like insanely like racist or like insanely xenophobic. They're like, or there's people who have like asked questions like, no more fucking immigrants in this country, and et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, I'm an immigrant, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an immigrant the right way. And I'm like, bro, what? But you know what's funny is something I've noticed, like doing traveling, is like that is the right movement in other countries, right? We have always in America here, it's usually been racist, right? And white supremacy. In other countries, it's like their conservative movement is mostly xenophobia, right? Like in Germany, in like, you know, in like, well, not in Ireland. Ireland's like they're pretty pissed about a lot of stuff, but like a lot of other countries, bro, it's like it's this xenophobia thing, and I've started to notice they know, like, they have the manosphere now too, and all these other countries, right? And now they're like being like womanizers, and like they're like hopping on that trend, and they're trying to like hop on this like propaganda trend, and they have been, right? Like it's pretty funny like to see that like singular. But like anyways, sorry, I was getting sidetracked. But
No,
like
that's true though. Yeah.
it's like this like xenophobic stuff, man, it just doesn't make sense, bro. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And like not only that, like this country is like has always had really like positive immigration like effects, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
Because one, we're a big country. Like China has a shit ton of people. We don't have that many people, but we have a larger size country, you know?
Mhm.
And one specific, this is what's funny too. Like these deep south people, they hate immigrants. Immigrants are great for those countries or
Yep.
for those states, you
Yep.
know, because they come in with like not a lot of wealth, but like usually can do labor. And a lot of these states need labor. Like that's their biggest thing that they need is labor. Right. And so it just it benefits them if they have immigrants there. It
Yeah.
really does. So it doesn't even make sense. And it's funny too, because some of these countries have started, they got rid of, like now Trump is trying to have like migrant workers come back, right? Because they got rid of so many. And then all these grocery prices go up and these people complain. It's like, well, they got rid of all the workers, right? Or
Mhm.
these workers are too scared to show up. And then not only that, they're like, well, we can't do any development, right? Because of no one wants to show up. It's like, yeah, like this is the effect,
Yeah.
you know?
No.
Favorite
Yeah.
time of my life.
Are you good? No, and then even in the South, you'll have fucking doctors that come in as immigrants that can work in
Yeah.
rural hospitals.
Yeah.
You have educated motherfuckers that come down there as immigrants, and they need that. And the thing is, it saves taxpayer. I just saw the stat, but it saved taxpayers like $1 trillion
Yeah.
over 10 years because of sales tax, because immigrants are buying other things and they're
Yeah.
adding to the economy compared to they said we would have defaulted if we didn't have them that whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't understand the idea that less money in the economy from these people is worse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy too is these conservatives, bro, the things that they say they want is what we would have if we had democratic policies, right?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, like I want to be able to afford a house. I want
Yeah.
to like have like maybe there's like a big thing is now they're saying they want a traditional wife, a wife that doesn't have to work, right, and is at home and raises kids, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so how like who's gonna do childcare? Like how is that gonna happen when wages are too low? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't even make sense. But like not only that, they want like
Well, they don't want to
they
pay
want more
for childcare.
freedoms. You said
Trump
what?
just said that. Trump just said that he doesn't want to pay for childcare.
Yeah.
So
And he
you're,
says he said that he doesn't want to pay for childcare. He says that he hope housing costs keep rising.
yeah, yeah,
He said affordability is a hoax. Like it's crazy, bro. Like I don't know what you want, man. And people were complaining about Biden,
uh-huh,
and it's like people were complaining about Biden and what he did, and it's like, dude, like that was a time when the country was better. Like I don't know, and this has happened every time, man. This happens every fucking time. Like I feel like I'm living in crazy world because like this is the thing. Like I'm like 30,
yeah,
and so I've seen these administrations now. Like I've heard about like oh like Nixon and then Bill Clinton did this, and then like oh well JFK did this after the Conservative Party. But seeing it drives me insane, man.
yeah,
Like I can't believe Obama can do the things he did and have the economy where it is, and Trump fuck it up in 4 years, and then
yeah.
Biden does the exact same thing, fixes the economy, and then Trump does this in a year and a half. And we're talking about, damn it, like it's like I don't even like, I can't even wrap my head. It drives me insane. Like I'm not even saying words right now because I'm so lost. Because like it makes me dumbfounded.
Yeah, no, it is. It's puzzling as fuck.
Bro, yo, it's so puzzling, dude. I literally can't even like wrap my word into a response of it because I'm like what? This is your effects. This is the Republican Party. This is a year and a half into when they have control of everything, and they're just bombing other countries and killing American citizens here. That's what they do when they have power.
That's what we've seen. and the
Yeah.
back deserves at least.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I did okay. So yeah, I mean, with the whole Israel thing, man, like they're now our allies. They have been actively working to make us weaker. I think they kind of want to be like a seller of power. I feel like
Yeah.
the reason why we are having a lot of these failures, it seems they've been rightfully invested in. You know, like it, they've made our country weaker, and these one percenters have made our country weaker, so that way they can start encouraging the surveillance state, right? So that way they can start like they're and as I said, like the buying of Twitter and the buying of all these news outlets to make us more radical. And that way they can then now use that, like, oh, they can use this assassination, they can use that assassination to like, that's why we need more surveillance. That's why we need more policing. That's why we should invest more money in military defense. Or that's why, like, it starts to become like clearly a cascading thing that keeps happening. And to the point now where we have like secret police, and to the now where all of our data is like being sold, to the now where like all these companies have like our names, addresses, and just sell it to people, you know? And so it's clearly a form of control. Like it's not just like this isn't just like, oh well, now these companies are investing. No, like like as I said, they bought the news, they've been buying like other things, and then now like people are upset, and not only that, there's just spiking stories, right? Like with the whole ICE thing in the El Salvador, they just took that story off of air. It's like it's pretty crazy, and like as I said, like even like independently, they're like spiking these stories about Israel or 1% or whatever. Like they just get rid of them.
Well, the thing I want to know about is why they're not covering like the numbers of how many people Israel, like the genocide that they've committed, bro.
Yeah.
They've committed genocide. Like I don't ever see these numbers about how many people they killed. Like I just heard what they're doing in Lebanon, that there's the UN declared a genocide on Israel for Lebanon, for these people that are over there. And it's like, bro, put these numbers out there, bro. Don't make me search for it. I wanna fucking see it, because they have been doing this for decades, and they're only amplifying it. They're getting worse. And they already, like you said, they already achieved a goal, and they are actively trying. And when I'm watching the news, they say, yeah, but Israel doesn't really think Iran is negotiating. They're gonna keep attacking Iran because they want that Israel has its own agenda. Like that's what they're saying in the coded terms that they talk, but they're really saying that.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They're an enemy. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're really at a point, like, if we had an actual reasonable person, like, we should be bombing Israel. Like, I'm not joking. Like, because that's where we're at. We're at a point now where this country is preventing people from like having power in our government, right? And actively causing like our government, our economy harm, and like trying to destroy like other democracies and other places, so that way like we're affected. As I said, like they're not necessarily even bombing Iran. Like just like it's twofold. Like yes, they hate Iran, but they want to hurt us. Like it's not to benefit us, right? As I said, like they're killing the negotiators that we're talking to. Like it's like and I'm not just saying this, right? This is what the director of counterterrorism, who resigned in disgrace and disgust, is saying, right? This is what Iran is saying. Right? Iran is saying this is what's happening. Iran is saying that Israel and the Epstein class are the reason why this war is happening. Right?
I did fucking see that. Yeah.
Oh, and like here's the thing. I sent it to people. I'm like, listen, our propaganda is like these Muslims are so evil. They don't understand like society and blah 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 blah. And then Iran's propaganda is like, hey, you guys are being ran by like a pedophile in Israel. Yeah. Like, how do you guys feel, American citizens? Like, pretty crazy, right? Like, they're not even like.
No, they.
And like, where's the lie? Where's the lie?
That actually, I don't know a lot.
Yeah. No, but like, where's the lie though? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, Yeah.
Well, so what? I guess my question is, I agree with a lot you say, but I mean, I heard that the Iran killed 30,000 protesters that were fucking
Yeah.
protesting the regime.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
is that true fully? Do you think what do you think of that? I mean, I feel like we should stay out of that, like in terms of we shouldn't be doing Israel's bidding. But do you think they're I don't know. What do you think of that if they really did that? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, like I think they did. I think they
Uh-huh.
for sure did.
Yeah.
Because they've done it before. This is not the
Yeah.
first time they've like killed protesters or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, but one, we do that here, right? As I said, there's secret police killing our protesters in fucking like massive gang violence, and they're mass detaining millions of people. Thousands are missing as well. And I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here on my high horse and say that my country is not doing the same thing because it is, right? And so, like, because it's a framed narrative, right? Like they can say I mean what after this happened with Alex Preddy, they
Yeah.
said that, oh, we got to find who took the guns and whatever. And so then they got a little bit more aggressive, and they like shot someone like while running away inside their house, something crazy. Like it got crazy, and then they got ran the fuck out because people were like, what the fuck is going on? They got ran out, and that's when you saw like the car, like where they found all the crazy ass shit that were in the
Yeah.
ICE car. Like death cards, fucking like skull badges, and like crazy ass shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And so, we could sit here and be like, well, they're killing protesters. I'm like, okay, we're killing protesters.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I like not to be like I don't like when people make the argument, but if we're talking about a global like world war conflict and we're saying, well, we should be bombing them because they do these evil things, we shouldn't be the ones doing those evil things. And not only that, we're doing it at a massively higher scale.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like we're bombing fucking shit ton of Iran right now, and how many people are we killing? Like the Trump
we bombed.
is like, oh, we obliterated them.
We bombed elementary school and killed like 200 kids.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, but we're here to save you. Like, no, bro, no, we're not here to save you, bro. That's obvious.
Yeah.
No, but I think because I hear people say that, and I think like they want to place one. Maybe the idea has changed in Iran's mind. Maybe they realize that unity is more powerful than separation. Maybe they'll never kill a protester again for speaking like ill against the regime, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's a possibility, but I can tell you what: creating a war with them only is going to encourage that state to have more power. Obviously,
very true.
And that's what Joe Kent was, this director of counterterrorism. He was like, we had protesters trying to topple their regime. We had protesters fucking rallying and becoming unified and wanting more democratic policies and starting to fight actively against the regime. Mm-hmm. Why would you bomb them? Because realistically, that's what I'm saying when we're starting to talk about treason. Because if we just waited 5 to 10 years and we found other ways to influence them, right? The regime would change itself without blood, without us losing money, without anything happening, right? They just would have like naturally had its course, right? And there wouldn't have been a problem. But instead, they bombed it. And then now they're using the argument that they killed protesters. It's like, it doesn't, that's just not true, like in the sense of like, that's the reason why. That's not the reason why. And it's just an excuse. Not only is it an excuse, it's a dumb excuse because they're doing that here. Tell you what, if they got rid of all of this ICE shit and they got rid of the mass detention camps, then I would hear the argument. But that's not, until then.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
because I can tell you this. I can also tell you this. I don't see a group of Iranians grabbing a white American citizen and fucking gang beating him and then shooting him 10 times in the back of the head. That's not who killed Alex Preddy. You know what I'm saying? That's not who killed these people. It was ICE agents. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I care. But people say that. I get that. I get the reason because they're like, well, they did this. They hate these gays. because that was the argument used for the genocide in Palestine. They're like, well, they hate gays over there
Yeah, exactly.
in Palestine. I'm like,
But
okay,
it's
so
the same argument.
you
It's
should,
the same argument they're using to justify war.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? It is not. That is not the reason we are instigating the war either. I was just curious on what you thought about in terms of like
yeah,
Israel compared to Iran. I mean, Israel has far more war crimes than anybody else other than us. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah.
it is interesting to think about. You know.
Well, I mean, I get it. Like, no, because like I think it's like I just don't think any country's perfect,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
know, obviously, I feel for anyone on like that left side in Iran that like that happened to,
Mm-hmm.
but because they killed like an Olympian too,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, I mean that's fucked up, but also like I mean I don't. This gives the state more power,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like if you really are worried about the protesters, you wouldn't be bombing their schools. You wouldn't be bombing the infrastructural things that
Like water plants, or they were talking about electricity.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I'm gonna kill more people.
And they talk about nuking them too, right?
Yeah.
Which is insane. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't think you care about the people if you're talking about nuking the country, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a lie. I'll be honest. No country. I don't think a nuke will ever be released again.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed on that. But like, that's just a fear tactic. But I'm saying they're still saying that though. They're still talking about, well, maybe we could nuke, or maybe we could, like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Let's do it.
But they're like, we care though. We care though about you though. I swear. And then just like drop a bomb right on their city, like drop a giant nuke on their fucking city. Yeah, they care.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, okay. So you did. So no, Iran mentioned the Epstein class. Apparently, I need to look into it.
okay.
But apparently, the reason why Iran hacked Kash Patel's emails
I did see
is
that. Yeah.
because they wanted to embarrass him, but two, they were trying to find out like the shady shit that Kash Patel and the FBI have been doing, and they released information like saying that the FBI and the CIA and all these people like killed Charlie Kirk.
Okay. Shit. Huh.
And so it's pretty cooked, man. Crazy times we're living in.
Damn.
I know. Damn. Damn indeed. And it's only gotten worse because as I mentioned before, I was like, I do think the government did it. Like people were blaming Egypt or some other countries. I was like, bro, either Israel or our government did it because one, those are the only people who benefit from that. Right? Anytime there's been like these high level things, Trump goes on like Twitter and whatever and tries to rally support, and that happened with Charlie Kirk. They're like the evil left and the evil this and that. And one, that those rumors aren't true. Like apparently, like Tyrell Robinson wasn't a leftist. Like he was a Nick Fuentes fan, so he wasn't at least a leftist. Like maybe he was some weird like America first like type person, but he wasn't a leftist. So that's a lie. He just maybe was gay. Yeah, so they ran with that. But secondly, everyone was saying like the shit doesn't really make sense. But Erica Kirk like taking over right after the Super Bowl that they were having, and also like they want to be more radical, right? Like they already had secret police walking around. They need a martyr to like if they really want to pop off and just like start calling the population, they needed a martyr, right? They need martyrs. They need these situations, and they need these situations to exert like that power, and they need it to like finally do it. Like they need that hammer, so then all right, now we can just start killing everyone, right? And there's two. The one, you can wait, you can set situations arise, which is what they've done, right? They fired like all these people who like are supposed to like detect like terrorism and all that stuff. They fired a lot of these people. They fired like all Iranian counterterrorism like experts. They fired them.
Mhm.
you know, and so they've done that to they fired all the people that were supposed to be like investigating cryptocurrency. They obviously don't care about
Mhm.
sex trafficking, and so they do that with the intent of hoping that terrorism happens, so that way they can like exert more power or get motivation, right?
Mhm.
But also with the Charlie Kirk thing, it just seemed like they did it at the end of the day. And now the sheriff resigned, you know, because when the defense said, "Hey, like the bullet doesn't match the gun," it's like he resigned that same day
Mhm.
because he's like, "Oh, I'm cooked
I
out."
don't know you can, I don't know you can do that with a sniper. I guess I know you could do that with a fucking handgun. You could
Yeah,
change the groves or whatever. If you
yeah,
change the caliber of the whatever, but the sniper, yeah, that's completely different. And that shot that supposed to shoot was
yeah,
fucking military fucking
yeah,
sniper shot.
yeah.
Like that was a
But you
crazy.
see, you notice how this has been happening lately, though. Like you're
Uh,
like, but like wouldn't this take some military, like some expert military professional to do
yeah,
this though? And they're like, it's just this guy though. But you're like, no, but like,
yeah.
no, wait, say more though, say more, because like, yeah,
No, I was just thinking, like, it's just a crazy. I mean, I'm just watching forensic files, and I see you can change a grove of the bullets, you
right.
can change the caliber. But if you got a high powered sniper, then I'm sure that's
Hmm.
entirely more complicated. And fucking that shot was insane. And then I feel like they did the same thing when Trump got shot at in the ear during his election. You know,
Yeah,
I feel like that was completely staged, or was it,
yeah.
false flag? Because it just seems there's a lot of questions about that too. Like in
And he
terms
stopped
of,
talking about it so quickly, bro.
yeah, yeah,
He stopped talking about it so quickly, and I think that's what that weirds me out. But also, it's like this. Okay, so that happened. This
hmm,
National Guard member was killed. This Charlie Kirk thing happened. This
yep,
Brown shooting happened. These scientists keep dying. Oh, now, like something that happened that was insane to me is there was a news story that started, every news started saying this, right? Every
uh-huh.
news kept saying, Iran is going to bomb California or launch drones at California.
Oh
And
yeah,
Iran tweeted, we're like, hey, we're not doing that. I don't
yeah,
know who said that we're doing that, but we are not doing that. And
hmm,
then like people find out that the story was just created by a news station. Like they just ran a headline with no investigation. They just, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? They were just saying some shit. And so these things that keep happening, it's obviously like one, as I said, like a form of control. But like, why are we listening to the government right now?
yeah, yeah,
Like, all these people are so corrupt and so evil, and anything that they say is just a fucking lie, bro. Like any fucking thing. I can't trust a single fucking thing they said. I even gave them the benefit of the doubt, you know, fucking for like 2 months, 3 months.
yeah, right, yeah. Right.
I still even listen when they lie. I still listen, but I just know it's just bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's even worse than it used to be.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
politicians, 98% of what they say is lies. Literally, no
yeah.
matter who it is, what side of the aisle. I mean,
Right.
maybe Bernie Sanders, somebody like that. But fucking, yeah, it's just it's gotten so much worse. Well, I mean, it literally has, because they are lying in our face, like you said, when they call somebody a domestic terrorist. He's working for the time. You know what I mean?
With
So
no backing. With
yeah,
no
yeah.
backing, bro.
They're just putting it out there, and they're just convinced that we're dumb as fuck. Their base is dumb as fuck. These people just are not gonna look into it, and we're just gonna believe. Or we're
Yeah,
just gonna, or we don't care. Either one. I think they think a lot of people don't care, and so they're
yeah,
just putting out whatever they want to say. You know.
yeah, yeah. And that's why the First Amendment is the First Amendment,
Yeah.
right? Because the freedom of speech counters the lies, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
essentially, like the more people that are able to speak freely, the more likely like truth is going to come out, right?
Mhm.
And when they just start doing these restrictions on like like these types of things, like it's pretty crazy. And it's funny they used uh the like fake narrative first to gain like this control over speech, right? Like when Biden was office, they were saying like they were like banning people who were lying about COVID and COVID numbers, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, like freedom of speech, that's wrong. But it's like that was something where like people were dying, like a 1% of our population died, bro. Like, and so like, yeah, like I think like restricting that in that time of crisis was fine. But then they were like, oh, see, freedom of speech, like we have to prevent it. And then like liberals were like, yeah, I guess, yeah, like, okay, fine, even though it's misinformation, right? And then so they fought and gave these people a lot of laws, and now they're just trying to prevent anyone from saying anything negative, And now we're using the laws that we gave these conservatives to fight back against them.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. The fucking director when they were trying to merge the news companies, and he's like, "Oh, you can't say this." Literally, I think it was Stephen Miller who said, "You can't say this, or we're gonna arrest you." Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what? Like, I can't say this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
well, they control all the media now, bro.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Now CNN and Fox News are owned by the same people, right? It's cooked. That's so cooked, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're telling, and like we can say, well, in CBS and this network, like all of these networks. I saw a video of someone watching Cartoon Network, and they had an ad, and it was like the most propaganda, like Trump ad. It was so crazy, bro, on Cartoon Network, and I was like, the fuck? And I remember kind of seeing some like a little bit, but I'm like, it wasn't that level, bro. It wasn't like, I don't know what we're in such a stage. And so, as I said, like it being in this like age gap, I don't know. Like I'm in such a loss of what's going to happen or what's next, because the systems of control that we have, like all rules have been broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
All rules have been broken.
No, it's true. I
hope return to form.
My only hope is the midterms, bro, and that somehow, Democrats get control, and there's a way that we can hold them accountable, bro. But yeah. I don't think that is really realistic in terms of the level of accountability these people should be held to. But there's got to be some consequences for what is going on. One of the craziest things is the Trump crypto billionaire funding bribery. Like it's just like
the pardons, bro.
Yeah,
the pardon. It's crazy.
Yeah. Pardons,
bro. We can talk about
pardons.
Yeah. Because I was talking to someone about how I was like, dude, like so like. You have these conservatives in these rural areas. Like Trump was like pardoning people for like Medicare fraud, and like pardoning people for like just some of the evilest shit. Like oh, you steal like millions of dollars from like everyone in your state. Yeah. Pardon.
Yeah.
It's like what? Like you don't have a reason for that. And then when the whole thing was happening with Venezuela, he was like, oh, like cocaine and all this stuff is a problem. And he was, and he pardoned like the most prolific drug trafficker of like all time or something. Yeah. Like it was the guy who literally sold like the most drugs ever. Like, and literally, I think it was literally like the most cocaine ever. Like he was the Michael Jordan of drug trafficking. Yeah. And he pardoned him while saying that's why we have to kill these fishermen because of drugs.
Right.
It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. But not only that, the pardons are crazy, bro. Like that's all ran through Mar-a-Lago, which he still goes to, right? He still goes to Mar-a-Lago, and
that's
like
Mar-a-Lago as a breeding ground.
Yeah, bro.
For all the fucking young girls that used to work there.
Yep. And listen, that's the last thing I wanted to talk about, man. Yeah. The Epstein files, bro. It is crazy. Like we talk about these systems of control, like. Clearly the systems of control like show up in those files, man. Like that proves everything, like all of these people were meeting together, and one of my favorite things that one of the congressmen said, it was Ro Khanna. He was like, I am a congressman for like one of the most wealthiest like districts like in all of US. How the fuck does this guy have more connections than me? He's like, I'm a congressman for fucking America. This guy's meeting with multiple presidents, world leaders, like of every country. Like, and you're telling me like it was just this one guy? You're telling me there's not some other connection there? We only got 2 people in prison for this?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. There's just no way, bro. Bill Gates is in there saying, like, hey, I had sex with your prostitute. I think I gave my wife an STD. Like, what do I do? Like,
yeah.
Like, bro, what? And they still have files they won't release us. And they have videos. They have videos of these people. They were using video blackmail. They weren't using like, oh, like he said, or this person was there. They had video of these people doing it. You know, they have confirmed proof. And so it doesn't even, when Rokan said that, I was cracking up. I'm like, bro, like, yeah, like, no one has these connections. Like, I don't even know if Obama has these, like, the same amount level of connections that Jeffrey Epstein did.
Doesn't. Yeah, he probably doesn't compared to him.
You know,
mm-hmm.
Literally though. I mean, this guy had like the leader of the UAE, and you know what's funny, bro? A lot of these countries are doing well right now, or a lot of these people were like in these systems of control, like, you know, like something crazy. This is so insane. So, a New York columnist wrote an article saying why we shouldn't care about the Epstein files. He's like, why we shouldn't care about the Epstein files? Yeah, I know. He's like, oh, we shouldn't care about the Epstein files, like pedophilia, like whatever, man. Mm-hmm. And then in the Epstein files, it's a picture with him and Jeffrey Epstein just hanging out, bro.
Wow.
You know? And it's like, all right, so they're just playing with our face at this point. No, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's so insane. And the whole, like, dog, how is this Trump still going to Mar-a-Lago? Like, that's like, that was like ground zero of this shit, you know? And Trump was prolific from like statements I've heard that haven't necessarily been confirmed, but like, he goes to all these pedophile rings, not just that one. Like, apparently there's pedophile rings in like a lot of the guy that I've heard his like story, right? He tells it like, tell all, right? He was like in a pedophile ring in, I forget which red state. And he said he would always see Trump there. And he said that he eventually started like, that was one of the smaller rings. And then they would also send people to the island, and he's on the flight logs. Like, he's like, it's the reason why I believe him is because one, he's on the flight logs. It's confirmed that he's on the flight logs. And he said I would see Trump all the time. And he said, like, I had sex with Trump like at like 9 years old and all this. And by the way, multiple witnesses have said that. Like, multiple women and people have came out and been like, yeah, like, Trump used to rape me when I was 13. And like, or Trump did this at the Miss America pageant, or Trump said this. You know, like, there was a girl who I think was Miss America, and she was with her mom, and he said something with her to her like daughter while she was there, and she was like, "We gotta fucking go." Like, you know, that's how bad it is, bro. Anyways, so like, there was like, he was saying that like he mostly only saw like conservative members there, and that when he went to the island, like, he saw even more fucked up shit. And it's crazy. And like, these crimes, like, they're trying to talk about these crimes. Like, one, you can see how this propaganda works, because, you know, when this shit, each time, like, if we look at it, like, if we take the Epstein files and like as a story, like, what has happened, you know, when they first released the Epstein files, like, just a little bit, they just tried to show Bill Clinton. Right? They're like, oh, look, Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson. And it was like 20 pictures, like 20 things. And we're like, all right, bro, like, come on, bro. Can we actually see some shit? Like, and they were just showing Bill Clinton with like blacked out photos. They weren't even trying to expose him. You know, that's what's crazy. They were trying to make him look bad. It didn't even, you know what I'm saying? So that happened. And then they were like, all right, that's all we got. And we're like, all right, bro, like, you said there was like 3 to 5 million. We're gonna need more, right? And then, you know, they kept going on Fox News like, oh, like, it's not that bad. Like, you know, he was just like, Kash Patel was like there's no co-conspirators. He was only trafficking to himself, and like
Yeah.
they lied, bro. They lied. They went on a lying campaign for like a month or two. Then they actually released some files, and everyone was like, "Oh, you really did lie." Then they started changing the narrative and talking about, well, how old is 14 really? That's the point where they got to. Right?
Yeah.
This progressed into where they started going on national television saying, like, well, 14 is actually pretty old.
Yeah.
And also, what's crazy about that, right? In that type of propaganda, one, first of all, it wasn't just 14-year-olds. Basically, from what I understand, is it was up to their 14, and then they would kill them, right? Because they're like, we can't lie to them anymore once they hit 14. They'll start to realize they're not going to survive because they're like, where are the other 14-year-olds, right? They fucking die. They would kill them. And so it's like that level of lying is so insane to me. And listen to this. Pam Bondi is on a hot mic saying, yeah, they have videos of this. They have videos of that. And anyways. So that propaganda they lie about, they try to, again, this is what I'm saying. When they tell that lie of, well, how old is 14 really? Like, we can be pissed and argue about, well, like obviously it's still wrong, but that's just a lie. But the truth is they were killing people at 14, right? Yeah. They just want you to argue like, oh, like consent and all that stuff. No, these people are fucking murderers, psychopath, like evil ass people, bro. And they didn't have some like lapse of judgment. And think about it like this, bro. Mm-hmm. You have these kids who are being trafficked to an island in the middle of nowhere with just ocean around, right? Like, what do you think is happening there? You think it's some song and dance? You think that it's kumbaya? Like, you don't think it's some super fucked up shit going on? Because it clearly is, right? Like, it's not like...
Yeah, you're not going to let them off the island if you've been fucking raping them. And there was some shit I saw that like, there's bodies underneath some of the fucking property, or like
one of the ranch, the Texas ranch or whatever. Yeah,
like some crazy shit. And I'm like, and I just wouldn't believe. Like, I remember hearing this years ago. It's like, oh, they're cooking the kids and they're fucking eating them and they're fucking killing them, and like that shit is like, it really, a lot of that shit did fucking happen. Like, it's like, whoa, what the fuck is, like, it's just saying that's what the level is that happened, and nobody's responsible except the main two people who were married, husband and wife, and nobody else will get charged.
One's in minimum security prison, and one disappeared. Like, one, he killed himself, and then they burned his body in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, man. I would like to know, like, come on. Like when Epstein did like die, everyone was like the meme was, well, Epstein didn't kill himself. Right. But now that we see what's in the files, right? Mm-hmm. He obviously didn't. And not only that, like the level, like it would have, it's like the reason why this is happening is because of that Epstein class. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do agree with Iran, because it's like, you're like, oh, what would happen if like some of the truth came out? Well, people would just start going to war with each other. Like, people would start trying to like, create like these fascist regimes, and people would start whatever to like prevent information from coming out. They would start buying the media. They would start, like doing things to people who speak out, trying to get rid of journalists, right? They would start creating distractions over here. And that's exactly what's happening in our country. Exactly what's happening. It only proves each time that Trump, when with this Iran stuff, 85% of the news cycle became the Iran war, versus when previously the predominant thing was the Epstein files.
Exactly.
But and so I don't know, the Epstein files really pissed me off. Like, and that propaganda. So, man, let me get started on that Joe Rogan thing, man, too, because all these people who are implicated, right? They talk about it and say, well, it wasn't as bad. This is what everyone was doing in the 90s and 2000s. Like, I heard a guy say, he's like one of the Joe Rogan like podcast people, right? And he was like, everyone in the 90s and 2000s were dating like these like models who were like slightly younger than 18, right? And then the people around him were like, what? Like they were like, bro, like they're sitting next to him, like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then he was like, no, like my wife was a model. Like, I'll call her right now. And like she'll like rile her up. And like, all right, bro, you can call her, but like you're looking bad. Like, don't defend yourself on this. So he calls her and he was like, hey, like, like people were doing that and like 2000. I was telling them like this and that, and she's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? She was like, what are you on right now, bro? But like they're I don't even think they're capitulating. I think it's intentional. Like they because the thing is they go to these podcasts with the intent to say that shit, right? They go to like lower it down. And Joe Rogan even is trying to take some back. Like he was like, I just saw a clip that I laughed about, but like Palantir was used in Gaza. Like they built, their current models and all this stuff. They were killing Palestinians and these people. That's how they anyways, so Theo Von told him that, and then he was like, what? No. One, he's had Sam Altman and all these people on his fucking show, all these evil ass people. He's had Trump, he's had JD Vance, he's had Kash Patel, he's had whatever. So he goes, he's like, oh, let me check this news story. And then the news story is like, yeah, they were just fucking killing people. They were murking people out there, Palantir was doing whatever the fuck they want. And he was like, it's bias. We can't trust this source. It's like, bro, what? It's so insane. But he's had people on. All these people have been on. All these people, as I said, like, one, they're trying to change the narrative. This is one of the reasons why I'm telling, like, I got to start talking about this, because they're trying to change the narrative, and they were killing these people. Like, these, in the files, too, like, one of the Congress people, like, brought up when they interviewed Pam Bondi was, like, there was an accuser who called the FBI and was like, hey, Trump, like, assaulted me and raped me, and I think Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump are going to, like, find me and kill me. Like, I need help. I need save. Right? So then they eventually find the girl, and her head is completely blown off, and they rule it a suicide. And the police are like, hey, bro, I don't think that was a suicide.
Like, the local police are saying that,
Yeah, the local police were like, so she called and said that she was in fear for her life and they found her with her head blown off? I don't think so. Like, and this is in so it's not like when Pam Bondi released the victims' names, she released their addresses, she released their phone numbers, she released names of people who have never been known, who have testified in the Ghislaine Maxwell case to even put some of these people in. It's clearly intentional. And when I'm like, just treason, like, I mean, we can talk about how evil as a human being you have to be, but I'm like, when that happened, I'm like, bro, it's cooked. It's cooked,
Yeah, fuck, man. I mean, the Epstein files precedes this whole fucking Iran war to a T, and it's the whole reason for it, honestly, bro.
Yeah,
and it's wild to think that they will do anything to try to distract from what actually happened. And it's videos of this shit, like you said. It's like Trump's name is mentioned 38,000 times.
Yeah.
Why are you mentioned 38,000 times in anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's there. It is all there. And I don't know how these people are going to be held accountable. I don't know. It's an odd thing, because everybody that it could hold them accountable is in power, and they know somebody else that doesn't want it to come out. Like, everybody is connected within that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's 5 million fucking pages.
Right. It's 5 million pages, but like, it's crazy because some of these people are like listed as like co-conspirators, or like, hey, like this guy's like, he was really doing that shit. Yeah. And he's in office right now. And it's like, hey, like, I think this guy's compromised and like, etc. Well, his neighbor, bro, Jeffrey Epstein's neighbor was appointed by Trump. I forget what he was appointed by. It's, is it Les Wexner? But they were neighbors. It was his fucking neighbor, bro. They would fly the plane together all the time. They own land next to each other. He like sold him a house too. Like, and it's like, and then he lied too. He said that after 2008, when he first met him, he never talked to him again. And it's like, no, he had the exact same connection. That's just not true. He hanged out with him all the fucking time. In the files, he was like, hey, what are you doing next weekend, buddy? Like, we're gonna hang out. Like, it's not even like You
I
know,
think it's
so
Howard Lutnick or something close to that
Howard
name. But
Lutnick, not Les Wexner. That guy's corrupt as fuck too. But Howard,
yeah,
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 one of
but
the
yeah,
two.
he's all in the files. And you like you said, co-conspirator, co-conspirator. That's a fuck.
Co-conspirator.
Yeah, yep.
Co-conspirator and his neighbor, and he was just appointed by Trump. How are people? How is that? How does that not show that he's not compromised? And like, I mean, obviously, a file saying, "Hey, Trump's gonna kill me," wound up dead. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Should be enough reason, but like, still, you know. And that's the thing too. I hope people know. Because you know, our mom. I told her mom about all this stuff. I'm like, bro, they were killing people. They were killing people. They had torture videos. You can even see in the Epstein files that the guy was like, one of the things that they accidentally leaked was like, hey, like he was like, I love the snuff film, right?
Yeah.
And witnesses like Sasha Riley said that they would kill people in front of him and they would record it. And then they would sell it to people. And he watched this girl die, that person die. And he was saying one of the only reasons why he survived is because he was a guy and that they mostly focused on girls, you know? And so he was saying that's the only reason why I lived. Like, and he said it wasn't pleasurable. They would beat me up. They would do this happened, and this happened, this happened. I barely escaped, you know? And other people have the same stories. And then their same stories are now confirmed in these files. And we're still talking around like, oh, well, it's just Ghislaine and just that. It's like, it was other people. They mentioned other people, you know? Other people are mentioned in these files. So, yeah.
That shit's so.
I know.
Wow.
I know, bro. We're so cooked. We're, you know, I tell people like, we're living in crazy time. We live in upside down world, and it's not positive. You know, like,
yeah.
You know, we're talking about global conflicts. We're talking about like these child sex rings and this other like really fucked up evil shit, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a. If you're thinking like, if you're starting to think ideologically, you kind of have the wrong idea. It should be more like commutatively and like the people around you, like because clearly we're all being like tricked and lied to in some shape or form. And not only that, this is like America's great at this. This is all America has ever done, right? Mm-hmm. Is oppress, lie, divide, and like consolidate power. That's why wealth in the thing it is exactly where it is in America. Like they've ran these lies for like 60, 70 years. You know, you people keep talking about let's make America great again. Listen, I agree. Let's like have it where everyone can afford a home. Let's have it where everyone can have a good paying job. Let's have it where everyone has like good healthcare and all that stuff, you know, because this is what the wealthy does when they have this division of power and they control the narrative and can do whatever they want. This is what they do. They kill kids. They bomb other countries. They start world wars. It's not like, you know, I don't know what else needs to happen in your mind that changes your ideology, but this should be it, right? Like capitalism is dead now. Like that's it, bro. If the 1% gains power, they're gonna start stealing kids, bro. If the 1% continues to have money, they're gonna keep doing it. That seems to be the thing that they want to do the most.
Yeah. That's the thing that they like. It's not like they want to go play basketball and shoot hoops. They want to raise kids and kill them. That's what they get pleasure out of, these ultra wealthy.
Yeah, and that's what they do. Yeah. Like think about it, because you have to be happy within yourself to live with a family. You have to be happy with yourself to like live with family or like your community or people or have friends and stuff like that. These people are so wealthy that like they have to find pleasure in deviant ways. Like one, like as I said, like creating like a fucking like, you know, mass surveillance or like having all these prostitutes like that they have to find pleasure in ways because they have no pleasure in their life, you know, clearly. So
well, yeah, now that's the whole thing, bro. The idea of the trickle down economic, let's support our wealthiest people before we support our poorest or even, you know, our middle class. And like you said, they're putting on full display what they can do. They're going to consolidate the media. They're going to consolidate power. They're going to make sure everything is in their hands if you allow them to keep grabbing power. They're going to keep doing it. There's no, oh, maybe I should think about all these people that fucking, you know, voted me here and, you know, I did that would help them, you know? No, they are going to keep doing what the fuck they're doing. They're grabbing power. This is the worst fucking possible outcome of capitalism. It's
Yeah.
basically an oligarchy now, and everybody in control is just trying to consolidate power and be even more powerful while nobody else can afford anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just if you wanted upside down politics, you got even more
This is
entrenched.
it.
You
Yeah.
got more entrenched in the swamp that was supposed to be drained. It's
Mm.
even fucking worse.
Yeah.
You got to go the opposite way. There's no way we can keep up with this. You know?
Yeah. Dude, you said it best. You said it best. Because it's like, this is the Republic. We got to drain the swamp. We'll do it this way. It's like, all right, so swamp look drained? Because the swamp don't look drained at all. It looks like that now even more people are in power.
Yes.
You know? And it seems like even more, they give less shit about you.
Yep.
You know?
And it's not even like, now I feel like there's a fucking 20-foot anacondas, 20 of them in the swamp instead of alligators. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just fucking monsters. It's steroids now. It's just way worse.
Well, listen, this is what happened with the Pash Patel, the Pam Bondi and the Kristi Noem and the Stephen Miller and all these people. They're even more evil and more disgusting than like anyone's ever been in these positions. And they're even more corrupt. Kristi Noem was paying herself $200 million. She was about to buy her own private jet with like a bed in it, bro. Kash Patel like fucking flies to see his girlfriend, bro.
Yeah.
He flies a private jet to see his girlfriend all the time. This is the FBI director. When have I ever heard of an FBI director having like a music singer girlfriend and fucking traveling around the world with her? Like it's
and it's $100 million a flight, and it's fine, you know.
Like what? It's so crazy. But you know, these are those people, right? Like that's the mindset they have. They don't care. And here's the thing: they knew they can trick these people. They were like, oh, we can trick them, and then we'll do whatever they want. We'll get rich, right? So then they got their power. I mean, they've all started aging poorly. Did you see the thing with Kristi Noem and her cross-dresser husband?
Oh yeah. Because
I tell people about that, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "You don't know?" Because it's so fucking crazy, bro.
She's supposed to be the most beautiful DHS secretary. Oh my God, Trump loves her. She's so fine. Republican Party. She's got an alpha male as a husband. You know?
No, he's wearing fake tits, and they're like comical fake ones. Like he's not. I don't even know if he's really trying to present something, but like one like nipples, like you see like one nipple's up and one nipple is down, bro. And he's like sitting there with like a serious face. It looks crazy, bro. It looks so insane. And this is her fucking husband, right? This girl is going into the public like, oh, like all these people are evil, like the gay is this and the gay that. And her husband's just wearing like giant balloon fake tits and like it's so crazy to me, bro.
That sums up
man.
In general.
It really does. It's such a flashpoint of exactly who the Republican Party is. And you know, I've talked about the Grindr outages and like we've talked about the Grindr outages and make jokes. There you go, bro. We got like that's it, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? Like we don't how many times that like people need to keep telling you guys that these guys are all closeted. Like they all are, bro.
Yep. That's fucking bad.
And like I guess it makes sense because like I'm always like, bro, how can like Republican women even exist? Like, like I'll be honest, you know. And that's like, well, they have they got these like cross-dressing husbands who are like I don't even know, like they're just running free, I guess. Like it's all they're all crazy, bro. They're just all crazy, you know. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. Did you see the photos?
I did not see the photos, and now I want to go look at them because that's fucking.
Bro, they're funny, bro. They're so funny, bro. No, because like I'm telling you, like he has like a serious face. He's like this, like eyes wide open, and then like giant fake tits, bro. He's sending the photo to these people like this. The fake tits. And the story is that he was fucking immigrant sex workers, and they exposed him. And there's been rumors that people who uh there's been like I've heard some people who have like been like I know like I mean there's been wild accusations like JD Vance and like these other like famous like Republican people. They're like, if you don't do this, like I will release like the nudes I have that you've sent me, or like stuff that we made together, you know, like so.
Man.
Yeah.
Blackmail, the fucking biggest politic fucking weapon you could ever fucking have, man.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's just everybody is compromised. It seems.
Yeah.
Like, in the fucking DC, everybody in the Senate, Congress.
Yeah. I never knew blackmail was this bad, bro. Like
Yeah,
when I like growing up, I was like, bro, blackmail. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, bro, but I mean, I'm like, if I ever was in power, like, what would they blackmail with? Like, maybe they got some nudes in me, like, whatever.
Yeah,
but like, no, they would show a picture of like my wife, or like if I was a girl, they would show a picture of my husband with fucking giant cross-dressing like fake tits and like. Yeah. I was like, bro, I don't know if I can be a politician, bro. They go find something I don't even know about. Like, I was drunk one night. Like, there's no way, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking like, yeah, okay, my DP is gonna be on there. That's fine. Okay, I don't. Really
yeah.
But like this other shit, like these people are just getting blackmailed with insane stuff that I just never crossed my mind. Like really, and yeah, it's just.
Whew. Well, did you see something just came out about Sam Altman today, which he was I mean, it's really fucked up. I don't know if I should say. I mean, he was apparently sexually assaulting his sister, his younger sister, for like 10 years.
Wow. Damn.
Literally today. Nah, and she like put a lawsuit. I read the details. Fucking, it's disgusting. But it's like, bro, like they got shit on everyone, bro. They got shit on everyone. And you know what's crazy? And this is also with the Epstein file, right? I think a lot of these people, like they kind of either they come in like, hey, because people were saying about Trump. Trump would come in with like, hey, like you can blackmail me with this. So then he would get these deals, right? So like, yes, like maybe they won't always be like super positive, but they need to have it be like somewhat beneficial to both people. Like it's almost profitable to be blackmailable because then they can control you, you know? Right? Like all these people that are in the Epstein files are genuinely, and I mean genuinely, the richest people to have ever existed, right? And it's because they know that they can blackmail them and create profit or create things like one of the UK ambassadors who was in the Epstein files, like he did all these things, like all these trades, and like pushed the country to make all these decisions, right? And it's like that created all these profit for all these people, and like that's what the blackmail was doing, right? So like this guy ended up becoming successful, but the point is to be blackmailable. That's going to make you rich as well, right? Like people joke like, bro, I guess like to be a billionaire you have to like do these things, right? Like you have to do all these super fucked up shit because all these billionaires, that's what they were doing, right? They were at that island, you know. Fucking Bill Gates, bro. Fucking Bill Gates, Elon Musk is trying to get there and knows the guy, right? Trump knows the guy. Like all these people who are in like these highest positions, right? Yeah. I mean, they have so much shit on them, like so much. Like it's beyond reasonable how much stuff they have. It's because they are blackmailable. That's what's able to put them in that position.
Yeah, because if you can have somebody you can control, then yeah, you'd rather have them in power, and you can do all these shady ass fucking deals.
That's crazy. And this is where like one, that's true, right? That's obviously what's happening, right? Mm-hmm. But like this is where the conspiracy theories start to go, because it's like, so who's in control?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like who created this Jeffrey Epstein like sex blackmailing cult? Who is purposely like profiting and like putting all these like situations in place? Because is it just Mossad? Is it just Israel? Is it just the CIA? Right. And then even then it's like it expands a lot more, because now we're talking about like, but what's the real intent? Like, because obviously someone's using Epstein. Like Epstein wasn't just some He wasn't just some hot, like, you know what I'm saying? As I said, Ro Khanna's like, bro, I'm a congressman for America. How the fuck does this guy have more connections to me? Like, that's borderline impossible being like an American congressman. How the fuck does someone know more world leaders than I do? Right? Like, and so that's when it starts to expand because you're like, okay, so then maybe he worked for the CIA, maybe he worked for the SOC. But even then, that kind of doesn't cover it. Really.
No.
It really doesn't. So it's like something else. And then they don't even want to investigate him anymore. Yeah. They don't even want to investigate the situation anymore.
Yeah. No, man.
Yeah. I know, bro. I haven't been coming on here with good news, bro. And I don't like being right, bro. That's the thing. Like, when all this shit was happening with the ICE and then this and this and this, and I was like, I was right, but I'm like, bro, I don't want to be right, bro.
Yeah. Like, hey, that's the pod, bro. Correct opinion at all means pod, okay? So we gotta hear it, you know?
Yeah, bro.
I'm just fucking thinking like it's so wild, bro. It's wild to think like Trump really decided to run for president because Epstein got charged in 2009?
Yeah.
2010. Yeah. And Trump really pushed for the presidency in that
around that time. Yeah.
2011, 2012 because he knew he was all in those files, bro. I think that's the genesis of his whole run. And if you look at him now, he is willing to die for everything, you know, like in terms of his career.
Yeah.
Because he's in the file. So he's doing whatever they tell him. So I
really
think
whatever they tell him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like whatever someone, like, people are saying like, no. And so this is the only gripe I have about the director of counterterrorism, because I've watched his interviews and he's still like, well, Trump, like, he's just got some bad people in his ear and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, there's no way you're missing this point.
Yeah.
Like, not only did you leave and like call out this shit, but also, like, he's clearly been compromised. Like, and clearly his mindset has never been for the betterment of like people, right? Like, that's never been his mentality. That's so obvious to see, you know? And I mean, people clearly need to erase that from their mind. I mean, you see the videos of like people like, I voted for him 3 times, which is fucking crazy. But they're like, I voted for 3 times. I'm the biggest dumbass on earth. I'm so fucking sorry. Like,
yeah. Well, those people need to be sterilized. They shouldn't have kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, that type of intelligence should just not be allowed. If I'm being honest.
Like, I'm there. That's how I feel. But I also, like, I can understand a little bit because like, these people, like, we're talking about the richest and most powerful people in the world, like, using like propaganda and like certain things. Like, they've purposely been de-educating us.
Yes.
Right? We're the first generation to be smarter than our previous generation. That's intentional. Right? And so they've been purposely de-educating us, right? So that way we're easier to be tricked by propaganda. Now they're trying to control all media, so that way they can easily like influence. Like, they do all these things, and we're not even talking $1 billion. We're talking trillions of dollars. Like, could you imagine? There's like a philosophical concept is like, what if someone was controlling every single thing that you see? Right? Like, in terms of like you wake up and every single thing that you see is like being controlled, like just thrown in your face. Right? What is your like reality really? Right? Like, you're kind of probably going to believe it. Like, it's the idea of like, we're in a matrix. Right? And that's what's happening. Right? Like, that's what's happening. They control the TV. They control what's on your TV. They're controlling your algorithm by each thing that you see on your phone. They're controlling the government. They're controlling who and what gets resources. Right? They're even trying to control who and what is going to the places around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they care so much about immigrants. Like, we can't have these people from these countries come to here. We can't have these people from these countries go to there. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, listen, like you could put anyone in a box and control every single thing that they see. And they work on that. They work together. They get together. They have in these Epstein files, they're having meetings talking about how they're going to do it. Right. They're working with like, they have ties to like 4chan and like other, like, again, 4chan, Twitter, fucking now they own CNN, Fox. You have the person from New York Times in the files, right, saying don't worry about it, and then he's sitting there talking to Epstein, like like it becomes clearly like a way to start controlling like everything, man. Like, and it's so hard. It's impossible to beat, right?
Yeah.
From like a population standpoint, I always tell people when they start talking about population, it's not about convincing, like out of 300 million people, like it's not about convincing the 300 million. It's about convincing enough people, right? So, like 1% of 300 million is 3 million people, bro. Yeah. If you can get people to, and this is why AI and all that shit is terrifying, because they've even been using AI to lie to us too. Right, with the Venezuela thing, they were showing AI videos of people in Venezuela celebrating, and it was AI.
Damn.
And that shit was AI. And so it's like, bro, like the system, like, I don't know how cooked we are, bro. Like, I can't find a reason to say that we're cooked. I have to it have to become like hopeful and damn near religious to start thinking that things will get better. Because I'm like, we just got to believe in each other and ourselves and love one another. That's how we fight this. Because other than that, it's like, bro, every single avenue that you can think of is somehow being controlled purposely.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. And I mean, honestly, it's really out of our control. I feel like, bro. Like, it really is on us to like, get people together and community based and do this shit.
Yeah.
That's 1 in a million, bro. It's really hard to get people to do that. So
I
think it's really just gonna come down to, fucking, I don't know, bro. Us trying to hold people accountable somehow, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the toughest part, bro. That's the toughest part.
Yeah. But you know what? Shit, we're in good shape, man. We're black, we're people of color. I'm happy to be black in situations like this because, like, my people have been fighting against like oppression for like however long here in this country, and like what I'm saying, we've saw it through. So we'll do the same again, right? Like I have confidence, like what I'm saying, like that's what we do as a people. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We'll do another podcast soon. I'm sure there'll be something that come up. Maybe the
bro. Listen, between last podcast and this podcast, it's only gotten insanely more crazy. And I was sitting there in the last podcast, like, hey, it's gonna get a lot worse, bro. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even think. I didn't even when it was then. I was like, it's not gonna get that bad, bro. It's that bad, bro. And it's like, yeah.
I don't know, man. We got like a year, and then election. We'll see, but it's only gonna be more fucked up in that time, definitely. But we'll be back on soon.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for having me, man. You're probably gonna see some more from me. Like, I definitely want to like do a little bit more like YouTube long form content. So like when I create my channel stuff, I'll give you a shout out or whatever. Let you know.
Man. Yeah, man. No, it's been great, man. I love having you on, man. I love you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Man. You dropping knowledge, bro. I love it. So,
hey, I learned from you though, like, cause you used to drop knowledge too, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily even know what you're talking about, but like, it comes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh shit. Now, especially now, like, because I feel like I don't know, with like the whole Tupac thing, like with like what he was preaching, like I get it now. Like I get it now, So
exactly, yeah. No, that's big facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna chop this up, man. It's live. It should be live on YouTube. I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna do some clips, and I will talk to you later, brother.
All right, sounds good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Peace.
Love you too, man. Peace.